Okay, so this is a tracker. It was brought to my attention by Bryce Lewis. As you can see, this is tracking the X and Y component. So you can see the weight is going down and forward, closer to the knees upon descent. And when it comes up, there is this rough period where it's a little noisy, but you could tell it's generally staying farther forward on the way up than it is on the way down. I'm going to keep my cursor here. This is useful for maybe top sets or 1RMs if you really want to identify weaknesses and bar path and stuff like that. Some VBT devices will give you an output like this along with synced video, almost in the same style that this is, but usually it's velocity time. I don't know if they do displacement time. Could be something they do, but I'm not quite sure. I've never bought into the whole GymAware thing. That's kind of like higher end than I'm able to afford until tax season. So right now it's all lagging up in here, obviously, because at this point I'm resetting, getting my air for the next repetition. Now, if you do this with top end sets, multiple reps, you could see form patterns over time. So as you can see, I'm descending further back here. But then watch what happens when I come up. This is where I was the first time. Second time, way farther forward. Seems weird. And then if I look over here, that bar path is really far forward on the feet. And what that's telling me is as I get fatigued, I'm really trying to take the quads out of the equation, and it's very, very hip and back dominant. So you would think, based on this, if I were to do a 1RM, or if I were to do this till failure, you would expect it to get to a point where I'm really good morning the weight up in kind of a messed up way. So first repetition here, second repetition here. So really big difference from first to second. Like, it just widens a whole lot. It widens, and the descent is farther back, the ascent is farther forward. It is pretty tight forward, but then widens out by a huge margin. Now I'm going to point out this point right here, since this third rep acts somewhat like the second rep, right? So you're going to see the bar shifts forward in video, it shifts forward in displacement. So at what point does it start heading back? Well, it starts heading back once my back's at about 45 degrees. So from the bottom of the hole until my back angle is about 45 degrees, which is, I would say, at a 90-degree knee position. I'm really going forward on the toes. Well, not toes, but farther forward on the foot. And this is something I've suspected. I could feel it in my feet. I could feel where the pressure is. I could tell what's happening. And I know that I have quad weakness, but this helps me identify unequivocally. Now, this is one method of doing it. I'm not saying you need this. You could do it by just watching video. I could tell by watching video here if that's exactly what's happening. I could tell as I'm doing it that the pressure is going farther forward as I fatigue. But this is one option to do it. I know this is kind of hypocritical according to what I said in the previous post, that using video for VBT is pointless and takes too long. But I really think an analysis like that is a case-by-case basis. You don't need to do it for everything. And it might be well reserved for special occasions. When you really feel like there's a technical issue that you really want to hammer down and you want to correct.